What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new data download that was just put into One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, bringing along the World Journey characters. So these characters have been teased for quite a few weeks now. We just really weren't 100% sure when they were going to be arriving. These characters also should be arriving on the JP side of the game in tandem with Global as well. It is titled as the World Journey, so I do believe that every single version of the game will be getting these characters at the exact same time. So in this video, I want to go through the characters with you. Also, we'll go through this actual banner as well. This is not a Sugo Fest. You do not pull legends on this banner. It is just like a regular, like, limited rare recruit banner with these characters on it. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down each of these characters. We'll go through the banner, whether or not you should be pulling. Honestly, because we are so close to the anniversary right now, I wouldn't suggest pulling, but we'll go through that anyway. So let's go ahead and get started and go ahead and check out all of these new characters. We have a new Luffy, we have a new Zorro, and we have a new Nami. Just waiting for this data download to finish. When it decides to finish. Okay, so here we have the brand new Luffy. Let's go ahead and check him out. He is a quick fighter free spirit character. Weird that he's a fighter considering he has a gun. I still think he should have been a shooter character. Stats look pretty mediocre. He does actually have a limit break as well. So he has slot bind resistance up till 10 turns, which is pretty good, and barrier penetration above 50%. Honestly, not too bad of a limit break. 5 sockets as well. Captain effect will boost fighter and free spirit characters by 2.5 and boost the HP by 1.2. Pretty mediocre effect, honestly. That's not a great captain effect nowadays, especially for a banner that's outside of a Sugo Fest. I feel like characters like this should have definitely better captain effects than that. So yeah, not really starting off too strong there. He's got a special that maxes at 11 turns, so that's pretty interesting. Reduces all enemies' damage reduction and damage limiter duration by 3 turns. Oh, okay, I thought it was going to say all damage reduction, like no matter what, if it's like 99 turns, he gets rid of it. If he would have done that, like hands down, this unit's OP as hell, but he removes it by 3 turns. He reduces all enemies' damage reduction and damage limiter or damage threshold by 3 turns, and if your captain is a fighter, changes crew slots, including block, into their own type. So if the captain's fighter, everyone gets a matching orb. That's really good, actually. That is fantastic. As it's actually stated on the Sugo Fest here, the actual icon, it says World Journey, slot switching characters, specially rare recruit, whatever. Okay, interesting. So it looks like they're trying to go towards characters that have orb manipulation. I don't really know if that's going to be useful in the future, but either way, that's an okay special ability. Is it worth spending gems for? I'm not really too sure. Hopefully these characters are available outside of this banner, like you can just pull them indefinitely. I think that would be amazing. But let's go through his crewmate abilities. His first one will boost fighter and free spirit characters' base stats by 50. Just a mediocre crewmate effect. Secondary one, character's quick slot is carried over in the next turn if you land a perfect strike. Okay, so overall, this character is just okay. There are a couple of instances where you actually could definitely use this. Damage threshold reduction is actually really strong in this character. He does remove the damage reduction as well, which is the rainbow shield. However, if you're going to be using him on a fighter team, typically you already have 6+ Jinbei. He already does that, and he already gives fighters your matching orbs anyways. So I don't really see too much uses for this actual character, unfortunately, but overall, he's just mediocre. I like the artwork, though. The artwork does look pretty awesome. Can we actually get a good look at that artwork? If we do this, there we go. Straw Hat Pirate Captain dressed in a cowboy outfit caused havoc on the prairie. He holds his pistol in one hand while smiling cheerfully. A duel. If I win, you owe me meat. Yeah, the artwork looks really nice on these characters. Okay, so that's the full breakdown of the Luffy character. I think he's just okay. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Zorro. Okay, so Zorro is a Dex shooter driven. Holy crap, this Zorro is not even a slasher. That is bizarre to me, considering Luffy was a fighter character with his pistol, and now we've got a Zorro who's not even a slasher. That is bizarre to me. Do we even have another Zorro in the game that's not a slasher? Either way, that's pretty cool. Captain effect. Boost shooter and driven characters attack by 2.75 when you have a matching orb and 2.25 times otherwise. Again, pretty mediocre captain effect. You know, for shooters, you really want to use him as a shooter captain. For driven, typically you don't really want to be using him as a driven captain either, but you can partner him up with a V2 Dofi and run the full driven team, and you'll always have matching orbs, so he'll always be a 2.75 captain on a driven team. But in most cases, if you're running a driven team, you'd probably want to be running Raid Zorro instead of this guy anyways. So it is what it is. His limit break, he has the critical hit strike, which is 80% chance for 7%, not bad. He also has slot bind resistance by 10 turns, kind of like Luffy as well. Special maxes out at 8 turns, and it says if the enemy has a barrier, changes all slots including block into matching. Just give everyone matching orbs, and reduce the duration of all enemy barriers by 1 turn. That's a very, very nice effect, and changes adjacent slots to characters' own otherwise. So if they don't have a barrier, you just give adjacent orbs matching. If they have a barrier, reduce it by 1 turn, and then everyone gets a matching orb. This guy I can see being used actually quite often, because nowadays they're definitely trying to bring stuff into the game that has a lot more barriers, and this guy's going to be really good for that, just guaranteeing you a full board of orbs no matter where you put this guy on your crew. That's great. Looking at his stats, basically 1500 attack is fantastic as well. Pretty good health value as well. Let's see his crewmate abilities. First one is boosting shooter and driven by 50, similar to Luffy for his classes, and he will reduce crew special bind duration by 1 turn. This is pretty big. If you guys don't know, Driven are probably one of the worst classes in the game in terms of removing special bind. The fact that this guy has a passive effect that reduces your crew's special bind by 1 turn, that's fantastic. This guy actually low-key might be really useful in certain pieces of content, specifically for Driven teams. Outside of that, I don't see him being used like that much like on shooter teams or just on like random rainbow teams. But the fact that he does remove barriers is actually pretty interesting, and he reduces special bind. That's a really good crewmate effect. He actually has really good limit break stuff, as we already said. I definitely think Zorro is a much better unit compared to Luffy. But let's go ahead and check out the last unit now, which is going to be Nami. So Nami, that artwork looking absolutely fantastic. Her stats are pretty okay. She has pretty good recovery. Let's check her out. So she is an int shooter striker character. Interesting, she's not a cerebral character. Captain effect reduces damage by 10% and boosts shooter and striker by 2.75 the higher the HP is before attacking. Okay, I wonder what that threshold is. Hopefully we do know what that is, but 2.75, basically if you can stay at high health, you'll have 2.75 times attack to shooter and striker characters. And we already know that there are pretty good shooters and strikers in the game, namely 6 plus NL, 6 plus Kuzan. You've got characters like freaking like Coliseum Kid. There's really good characters you could actually use with this Nami as a captain, but overall 2.75 isn't an amazing attack multiplier. She maxes at 12 turns and reduces crew's paralysis and special bind duration by 3 turns, and if HP is 80% or above, changes crew's type slots to character's own type. Okay, so this is a little bit different because the other two characters would change all orbs including block into matching. This character only changes type orbs into matching. But the fact is that she actually has really, really good utility in reducing paralysis and special bind by 3 turns. That's not too bad, honestly. It's a little bit different to the other two characters, but still, I think she's actually got a pretty decent special ability. Her crewmate effects, the first one is going to reduce paralysis, and yeah, special bind by 3 turns. Okay, this character is actually pretty nice, got some pretty good utility, but the fact is she's a Nami character. There already are a bunch of really good Namis in the game, so adding another one on top of that is kind of annoying, but she actually has really, really good effects. She has pinch healing as well, 1.5 times her recovery under 50%, and slot bind by 10 turns like the other characters as well. So honestly, like, the characters are just okay. Like, they're not worth going ahead and spending gems to fork out to actually get these characters. In my opinion, they're just not good enough. If they had some, like, boosting effects, like, if on top of their special, they boosted their 2 classes that they were by, like, 1.75, I think these characters would be freaking amazing. But the fact that they don't really provide any boosts, they just provide all manipulation and a little bit of utility, I don't know. I just don't think these characters are worth forking out considering that we have the anniversary so close. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually talk about the Sugafest structure. Well, it's not really the Sugafest structure, but the banners structure. 3 of the Straw Hat Pirates have arrived in the Wild West style as new special characters, plus certain characters whose speciality is changing slots will be rate boosted, and all characters will join your crew at level 50, and in the 10+1 rare recruit, all wanted posters are guaranteed to be gold. That's fantastic, or gold or better. Well, basically, you know, you can't get reds anyway, so they're guaranteed to be gold. Don't miss out on the Treasure Cruise and figure collab. Yeah, so this is a collaboration with, I think it's Ben Presto or some other company that makes figurines that are making these actual characters. So then it goes on to talk about the new Luffy, the new Nami, the new Zorro. So here we have the actual structure for this actual banner. So for this banner, we're going to have the first pull is going to be a 30 gem multi-pull, which is great. I know that's really good that they're doing that. Again, anniversary is so close, I really wouldn't recommend doing it. but it's there if you do choose to do so. On the second multi-pull, the last wanted poster is guaranteed to be one of the new characters, whether it be Luffy, Nami, or Zorro, and they come at max level, max special level, with maxed unlocked powers. The third, fourth, and fifth last wanted poster is guaranteed to be a rate boosted character at max level and max special level, it looks like, as well, and it shows you what powers you can get. So you are guaranteed to get one after 80 gems, which I think is quite nice that they are doing that at least. But again, you know, I just don't think it's worth it. If these characters were like OP, this would be amazing, but unfortunately, I just don't think it is worth it. It also says the new Luffy, Nami, and Zorro post-evolution forms will be trusty characters in an upcoming treasure map. That's the part that I really hate. They're making so many banners up until the treasure map. These characters will be boosted. These characters will be boosted. I really hate that. I really wish these characters were not boosted in the treasure map. I don't even know, like, thinking off the top of my head, I don't even think these characters are either going to be like that useful in the treasure map. They probably will be, but still, man, that's crazy. I don't really know how I feel about this, honestly. I just you shouldn't be pulling here. You really should not be pulling. The characters are really cool. I love their artworks, but I just don't think you guys should be pulling here. Definitely save your gems for the anniversary, which at this point, we don't really know what it's going to be. We were expecting it to be Big Mom and Brooke, but we still don't have Whitebeard and Marco yet, so we don't know what the hell's going on right now. We should be getting Legend Shiki before the treasure map starts, and technically Whitebeard and Marco were supposed to be out as well before the treasure map starts, but we don't have any information about when the next actual Sugo Fest legend will be arriving. So at this current time, we know that Luffy is coming out. So Luffy, Nami, and Zorro, the new characters, they look cool, but still, I don't think it's going to be worth it. Actually, let me go ahead and check really quick. Let me go check to see if it states that they're going to be back. It says special characters will only be available for rare recruits with notices that mention them. So whenever they state that, it typically means these characters are not going to be natural characters that you can pull on banners, unless if the banner specifically states that they're going to be available. So at this current time, it looks like these characters are only going to be available for this specific banner. And you can see here that the banner it starts on the 16th of January, and it will go all the way to the 9th of February. So that's really interesting as well. So this is going to be going for quite a long time, but as you do know, we do have the ability to have multiple banners in the game right now. So this is quite fine. We do also have the information of the killer specific limited rare recruit character as well, but I'll be going through that in a separate video because this video is already long talking about this specific banner. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.